Melbourne and its suburbs lie on the shores of Port Phillip Bay, a marine embayment with a 300-kilometre coastline. Our bay is home to hundreds of species of plants and animals. As is the case on land, each species needs something to eat and can become food for other species. All of the energy cycling through the Port Phillip Foodweb comes originally from sunlight. This energy is captured and turned into chemical energy, or food, by plants such as seaweeds and phytoplankton, the tiny plant cells drifting around in the water. These are the bay's producer species. Primary consumer species eat the producers. Grazing snails and sea urchins feed on seaweeds. Zooplankton, tiny animals drifting around in the water, feed on phytoplankton one by one, and mussels and scallops filter masses of phytoplankton out of the water that they draw over their gills. Primary consumers turn plant matter into animal matter. Secondary consumers feed on the primary consumers. Predatory snails feed on grazing snails, and crayfish and Port Jackson sharks feed on sea urchins. Many plankton-feeding animals, such as sponge colonies, anemones, sea squirts and baleen whales, filter zooplankton out of the water. Sea stars feed on mussels and scallops, and fish, such as snapper, feed on almost any animal small enough to fit into their mouth. Secondary consumers prey on other animals. Some animals are big enough, fast enough, or dangerous enough that they don't get eaten much. These are the apex predators. Large predators usually need to patrol large areas to get enough food, so working out who the apex predator is can depend on who's around at a given time. In Port Phillip, dolphins and seals are usually the apex predators, though even these may be attacked and eaten by large sharks. While the food web in Port Phillip can get complex, you can always trace the energy keeping the various species alive back to sunlight. Interested in learning more? The EcoCentre's education team offer a range of Port Phillip Bay excursions and incursions suitable for all year levels, from early learning to tertiary. We look forward to hearing from you.